This is an Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast video, and with me to my right and your left is the one and only Van Harden. You might know him from WHO Radio. He's been in the radio biz for a long, long time. Of course, he was on the morning show with Bonnie, fellow Jasper County lady living over by Prairie City, and also with Connie and Patty many years ago, and also was program director for WHO, and he's written a book.
I went through women like water.
So he's written a book called Jesus the Prequel. Can you tell us how you came to write this book, Van?
Well, I've been an adult Sunday school teacher for adults for 40 years, and I just kind of had this feeling that some people, had heard about Jesus, but didn't really understand exactly who he was. And if you only read the Old Testament, I thought that churches have done a pretty good job about teaching Jesus between Bethlehem and Ascension. But the fact is that he existed long before Bethlehem. Some people don't know that. Some people have heard it but don't understand it. And so I wrote the book, Jesus the Prequel. There's a lot of prequels out there, Star Wars and, Dumb and Dumber and many other ones. And I thought people need to hear about Jesus from the beginning, because he says he was in the beginning, God and with God. And so I thought, let's explore that. And I learned a lot myself. In fact, now when I read about the 33 years, it's almost like I got a new pair of glasses looking at that. And some people will see the headline and they'll think, well, this guy's pretty presumptuous writing about Jesus. But I will tell you this, I didn't make anything up. Everything in there is directly scriptural. It's out of the Bible. And so I hope a lot of people will look at it and consider it.
Well, you give an example on the podcast about how you think Jesus made an appearance in the story about these guys being put in a furnace. Yeah, tell us about that, Van.
Yeah, well, there are places in the Old Testament, I ran across a lot of them when I studied it, called Christophanies, where it looks like there was an appearance of Christ before Bethlehem. Now, he wasn't called Jesus because, the angel came and told Joseph and Mary, you're going to have a baby, call him Jesus. He gave him the name. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were told by the king, worship this idol that I'm making. And they said, no, we only worship our God. We're not going to do that. And he said, well, we're going to throw you in the fiery furnace then. And they said, well, if you must, that's okay. We think our God will save us. And even if he doesn't, we're not going to worship your God. So they did. They threw him in the fiery furnace. He was so mad about it, he heated it up 7 times the heat of what the furnace normally was. He tosses him in there, and then in his vitriol, he walks over to the window of the furnace. He looks in there, and he says, hey, guys, to the people that worked for him, didn't we throw 3 guys in there? And they said, yes, O king, we did throw 3 guys in there. Well, I see 4, and one of them looks like an angel of God. And so they opened up the door and let them all out, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, their hair wasn't singed, their clothes weren't burned, they didn't have even a suntan, and so he was astounded, and he said, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego has saved these guys. So then he gave another mandate. He said, everybody in the country worship their God now, and not this idol. So was that Jesus that was in there that he saw? Well, I can't say exactly. It doesn't say this was the pre-incarnate Jesus, but every indication is that's exactly who it was. And there are other places in the Bible, which I point out, that it looks like that's the case too.
Well, Van, how can people get a copy of your book?
It's easy. It looks like this. And the best way is probably to go to vanharden.com, Harden, and you can just click on there and order it. Or you can get it at Amazon or Barnes & Noble or other bookstores.
And you're having a book signing at your own house.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I forget now, it's a Tuesday in a week or two. But I've never done anything like this before, but we're going to invite people into my house in Adel at 1020 Rapid Street, and from 4 to 7 in the afternoon. And, if you want a book, come get one, and I'll sign it for you, too.
Go to vanharden.com, and you'll find out when he's going to have the book signing at his house and the times and all that, plus his other appearances. Just click on appearances on his website. I did it already, too. And
I'm all over the place.
You're going to be at Stepping Stones in Grinnell, Stepping Stones in Marshalltown, and Stepping Stones in Oskaloosa, right?
That's right.
And you'll be signing books there. So check it out. Again, I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. Jesus, the Prequel. Check it out at vanharden.com. Van, thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you, buddy.